Hi you guys, it's DeeGuerra from Instagram. I finally started a YouTube channel. You guys all like that meme that I did on Instagram for communication. That one, and a lot of you, one, have said, girl, start a YouTube channel, and two, really enjoy when I go on my little mini rants on Instagram, those 1-minute rants I do, and I talk about all different types of topics. So I decided to enhance your lives. So basically, I wanted to talk about communication. Dun dun, drum roll. A lot of people think communication requires you telling somebody your move every moment of every day. And that is not what communication is about. Frankly, not one person needs to know your every move 24/7. They are not your parole officer. You don't need to tell somebody. You communicate because you want to tell somebody. Because if you care about somebody, then you want them to know that you are not purposely making them feel unwanted. So by communicating with them, it allows them to feel, one, special, and two, wanted by you. So if you are aware that you are not able to speak to them for all day, maybe you won't be able to speak to them for 2 days because you are in the middle of the jungle. Wherever you might be, communicating with the person that you care about gives them the opportunity to know that you are not just blowing them off. Communicate with them. Say, hey, look, I'm gonna be in the jungle for like 8 days. I'm not gonna be able to talk to you. So I'm just letting you know. But when I do get a chance to talk to you, if I seem to somehow get Wi-Fi in Tarzan's hut, I'll hit you up. Now, that's not always possible, right? Sometimes, things happen in our days, and we're not able to hit the person up ahead of time to let them know that we're not ignoring them. So when you do have a moment to actually message them, you say, hey, work's been super crazy. I'm not able to really be on my phone too much, but I'll hit you up when I get a chance. And then follow through. Communication is not only about using your words, but also using your actions to follow through on what your words are saying. That is how you communicate effectively and how you communicate properly. If you communicate with somebody, I'm telling you, 90% of your problems with this person will cease to exist. If you hit somebody up to let them know you're going to be busy, all of a sudden your problems magically disappear. No. What I'm saying is that if you communicate properly and you communicate effectively, not only with your words but also with your actions, then your problems will disappear. If you are upset about somebody, instead of being petty and passive aggressive, you let them know, hey, I didn't like when you did this, and I'm kind of upset about it. So right then and there, you've communicated with them. Avoiding a problem. Bam, 90% of your problems disappear. If you just communicate with people and you say what the problem is, or what you're thinking, what you're feeling, whatever's on your chest, you just let it out, 90% of your issues or your problems or your potential problems or your potential situations are just going to disappear. They're not going to happen, because communicating is the best way to effectively reduce your issues. You communicate effectively, communicate properly, you communicate with your words, you communicate with your actions, bam, 90% of your problems gone. Here's the thing though. A lot of people like to use this bullshit excuse that they are not very good communicators. I'm not very good at communicating. I'm not very good. I'm not very good with my words. You know what I mean? These things that come out of our mouths. Nobody sucks at communicating. Nobody is a bad communicator. Even people who are dyslexic or have a learning disability, these people are still able to communicate. It might just take them a little bit longer, it might just be a little bit more work for them, but at the same time, they're able to communicate. We were all taught how to use our words, how to use our sentences properly. So if someone's telling you that they're not very good with their words, they're not very good at communicating, they're not very good at what's the word? oh, contacting you and letting you know that they're not going to ignore you for 8 days, that's some bullshit, okay? And they're just pulling your chain. They're just taking you on a walk. They're just taking you on a walk. Everyone knows how to communicate. People who choose to say that they're bad communicators is because they're being lazy. These people use this excuse to get out of communicating with you, to get out of, to sit down and have those really, really difficult talks. They use that. I'm not very good with my words. No. You are good. You are fine. It might just take you a little bit longer. It might, this hour conversation might turn into a 4-hour conversation because you just suck at, forming and putting your words together properly, but you can communicate. You're just choosing not to because it's a little too difficult for you, and you don't want to deal with the difficultness. Yes, communicating is difficult. Yes, sometimes you have to have these conversations that you don't want to have. Yes, but at the end of the day, if you communicate, you won't have to have these talks. You won't have to have these really difficult discussions because you've already communicated with the person ahead of time. If you leave the lines of communication open between you and another individual, life is that much easier, and you won't have to have these really difficult oh my god, I don't want to have this talk, I don't want to have this talk. Just keep the lines of communication open. If you're not feeling something anymore, if you're not wanting to do something, if something doesn't interest you, if you don't really, I don't really want to do that, you say it. If you really like something, if you really like someone, if you are just super ecstatic about something, say it. If you're not able to talk to somebody for a long period of time, say it. There's nothing wrong with telling other people what it is at all times. So thank you guys so much for 1, hanging out with me today, 2, always enjoying Advice with Dee, and 3, honestly just supporting me. I really, really appreciate it. So this is the first one. I will get better. The quality will get better. But until then, just struggle with me anyway. Thanks. Bye.